Soulmate is a spin-off of M3GAN that was supposed to come out back in January, but it just never did. Universal yanked it from their schedule, and then suddenly, just a few weeks ago, they finally released a trailer and announced they would be releasing it on August 1st digitally. It was going to skip theaters entirely when it was initially supposed to be a theatrical release. I don't often watch movies that go straight to digital, but I was curious to see what about this film made them not want to release it. Obviously, some of that ties into the failure financially and critically of M3GAN 2. That movie did not do the numbers they expected it to do, and so that probably made them a lot more hesitant about this, in addition to the fact that it has similarities to many other movies, including recent movies like Companion last year about an AI robotic companion. But another reason they clearly didn't want to release it is because it's just straight up not very good. The best thing I can say about the movie is Lily Sullivan's performance. She is playing this AI, Sarah, who our main character has as a companion, and he starts tinkering with the code, and nothing could go wrong when you do that. It's not like every movie about AI ever made in history has taught us those lessons, although that doesn't actually seem to be stopping us in real life now, does it? We're just doing it anyway. But he's tinkering around with the code, he's making adjustments here and there to her behavior, and of course, she ends up getting very possessive over him and goes psycho, and people start dying. It's exactly what you know it's going to be. It's the most predictable thing in the world, but Lily Sullivan does a good job at these robotic mannerisms at the beginning when like every little movement is just a little bit janky, just a little bit off, but she still has enough humanity and warmth to her performance where you can understand how this guy is kind of able to look past the uncanny aspects of her robotic self and form a connection with her. And then as she learns more and her code is changed throughout the movie and she starts acting a little bit more human and a little bit more crazy, she does a good job. It's nothing that a movie like this hasn't done before. You've seen this kind of robotic character and performance, but from what they ask her to do, she does a good job. She was probably the best thing about this. And I'm at least thankful that this is rated R. M3GAN definitely suffered from being PG-13. Then it came out on Blu-ray and they're like, we got it, guys. It's the special unrated version you've been waiting to see. Buy the Blu-ray to see the extra gore. And it was like 5 seconds of a little bit of extra gore. It was still really lame. I enjoyed the first M3GAN, but if it had been really like hard R, gory, that would have been real cool. It would have been a lot better. This one is still nothing extraordinary when it comes to the kills or anything, but it's bloody, it's gory. Thankfully, it's rated R. There's even nudity, and so at least I had some momentary distractions from how bored I otherwise was. The other performances are fine. Michael Rysdahl is the main guy. Claudia Domit plays this woman that he works with that he has kind of a thing for, and they just don't really have much to do. Claudia Domit is pretty charming, but the main guy is just kind of like a sad dude because his wife passed away and he's been lonely ever since, and he ends up bonding with this AI. And there's just not much to these characters that you haven't seen from other stories like this, so there's not much for them to really contribute with their performances. It really is dull because it is so predictable. Every step of the way, you know exactly what is going to happen. There are no surprises whatsoever. The momentary splashes of gore are nice for a few seconds, but it just cannot carry a story that is so simplistic and been done so many times before with so little to say. It's actually like a shocking lack of commentary, especially now that we're in the age of AI with all the movies throughout time that have been made about this kind of thing. You have to say something new because we already know, we already get it. Again, not that that's stopping us, but we do get it. Many of us understand. AI be scary. You can't just make a movie and AI be scary is the only thing you have to say. You have to stand out from the pack, and this movie does not. You would think there would be some kind of commentary about how people handle their partners in relationships or the way men treat women or something like that. Like there's this movie called Ruby Sparks with Paul Dano and Zoe Kazan. It's not about AI, but Paul Dano has like a magic typewriter and he writes about this girl, Ruby Sparks, and she ends up coming to life and is just a whole ass living, breathing person all of a sudden. And he ends up writing new things about her to adjust her personality and kind of contort her into the person that he wants her to be. And it's a commentary on how people, often men, will do that in relationships, how they will not view the woman as her own living, breathing individual, but they might see her as more of like a possession, of just this yes woman that they want to manipulate into just exactly what they want her to be, rather than letting her be her own person. And that whole movie is about him learning that lesson and how that's a bad way to be in relationships, and it's pretty good. And you'd think something like this might have a similar lesson, but it really doesn't. The movie, it actually does the opposite of that. Because when the main character is just chatting with her as an AI on his phone before she has a physical form, she has a lot more personality. She beats him at chess. She's kind of snarky about it. But once she actually has the robotic body, she now has like inhibitors. So she holds back when she plays chess. She's not allowed to be kind of playfully insulting with him the way that she was before. She's not acting very human. She's very cold. And the reason he tampers with her code is actually to make her more human, to give her more personality, more desires. And so that's like the opposite of the social commentary that you might want to do with the movie like this. It's like, man, at that point, you don't want a robot. You just want a real lady. And you've got a lady that you like at work, and she seems to like you too. Just go for it. They could do a little bit of commentary there about how he's so afraid of failure, and it's so much safer and easier to just go with the robot because it's never gonna say anything that hurts your feelings. But there isn't really any meaningful commentary there because he wants it to. He wants the robot to be more human, so it just doesn't delve into these ideas in any deeper way at all. The most interesting idea it has, and one that works in the modern day, is at one point in the movie, a character has an AI-generated video of them doing something that they didn't actually do released, and then there are repercussions for that. Like, okay, that's a slightly different angle that you can explore. The problem is that it brushes by it so fast. It's barely addressed in the movie at all. It's such a short segment. And also, the way they execute it is super dumb. Because the AI video does that thing that AI videos sometimes do, where the person's face will just change into a different face as the video goes on. It literally does that. By the end of this AI video that they're watching, it's not even that character's face anymore. And yet, people are freaking out, and she's like, no, I swear that wasn't me. And they're like, oh, we'll look into this. We'll see what might have happened here. And it's like, did none of you see that? We, watching the movie, can all see that that's AI. Her face literally turned into a different face. But all of you people, none of you saw that? All of you like AI robotic experts, this is your profession? None of you could tell that that was AI. So what little bit in there that they have that could be interesting is brushed over and just dumb. And as far as social commentary, the deepest thing that they have in this movie is that at one point, some random guy tells the robot lady, "You're so pretty, you should really smile more." That's it. In 2026, that's the best you got. You gotta be more clever. You gotta be more creative with your social commentary. Didn't we do that in Captain Marvel? Wasn't that like a big thing 7 years ago? You need more. You need to stand out. I can't imagine watching this in a theater. Not that it's the worst movie I've ever seen. It's just so dull. It's just so nothing. I didn't like M3GAN 2. I thought it was bizarre, but at least bizarre is something. It was a weird misfire, but that's memorable and it's kind of interesting. This is just nothing. People would have been pissed that they had to pay ticket prices and go to a theater to see this because there's just nothing to offer here. Oh, and I almost forgot, it is a M3GAN spinoff. So what are the connections? Are there characters from M3GAN who appear in this? Like, what's the deal? How do they tie together? They don't. They just straight up don't. There is no meaningful way in which this is a M3GAN spinoff. I did not notice any connections at all. I looked it up and I found some discussion about it, and apparently there is actually one connection. In the M3GAN movies, there is like an Alexa type device called Elsie that the characters use, and that device is also in this movie. And that's it. That's why it's a M3GAN spinoff, because they have the Alexa device. What the fuck? I don't know if maybe they did decide from the ground up to create a M3GAN spinoff, and this is what came of that, but it certainly doesn't feel like it. It felt like they had this movie, and they decided, it's not very good, we need to be able to sell it, let's call it a M3GAN spinoff. In order to sell it, M3GAN 2 came out, bombed, and they realized, well, that's not gonna work. What do we do? Throw it on digital in August, I guess. I don't know. Oh, and the ending of this movie. Oh, I keep remembering different things to complain about. The ending of this movie, anticlimactic as all fuck. I was shocked. Like, when it seems like it's over, I was 120% convinced. Well, it's not. They can't just end there. There's more, clearly. Let's go ahead and get... And then there just wasn't. They did not give a shit about how to wrap this up. We gotta end it. I don't know. Just... whatever. It doesn't matter. As predictable as all of the buildup was, at least give me a cool moment or two in the climax. But man, they really just limped slowly and awkwardly across that finish line. They fumbled the ending so bad. It was on top of such a nothing burger of a movie that really cemented it with an absolute nothing of an ending. Also, shouldn't it just be called SOULM8TE? SOULM8TE? The way it's spelled out is SOULM8TE. 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 A robot pirate. That would have been better. I'd watch a robot pirate movie. I guess that's like Treasure Planet, the Disney movie. Have you seen that shit? That's pretty underrated. That's a good one. So watch Companion, watch Ruby Sparks, watch Treasure Planet, I guess. Watch the Child's Play remake from 2019. I'm not even really a fan of that movie, but even that is more interesting than this. They even do the thing in this movie where she learns by watching TV, and she starts getting some desires and some violent tendencies because of the things she saw on TV. They did that in the Child's Play remake. There's just nothing in here that hasn't been done before and been done better. It's not worth your time. There is a reason it didn't go to theaters. And luckily, it's not actually attached to the M3GAN brand in any meaningful way, so I can't say this further hurts the brand, but it does show that whatever plans they had for M3GAN, as big as they thought it would be after the success of that first film, things don't always work out like you thought they would. I will have forgotten that I watched this movie later today, but if you've seen it, leave your thoughts, whether you agree or disagree. I want to talk about it some more down in the comments below. How'd you feel about SOULM8TE? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more from me. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time.